Okay. Arteries and veins have different structures and different functions. Explain. So remember, when I see explain, I'm thinking the describe plus why that. So describe something and then say why it's important. How the different structure of arteries and veins relates to the different functions. Okay, so different structure of arteries and veins relates to the different functions. And it's worth a total of 6 marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to, I'm effectively going to sort of compare these two, aren't I? So I'm going to be looking to describe something and then say why it's important. Because remember, and explain is really a describe something and say why that matters. So I'm going to look to describe something, say it's important. So the first thing I know is arteries have a thicker wall. So arteries have thicker walls than veins. Okay, well, why is that important? This is because blood is higher pressure. Arteries. Okay, so my describe part, then I've said why that's important. What else do I know? Well, I know that veins have valves, don't they? So veins have valves, arteries do not. Okay, so what? So why is that? Well, this is to help blood, or to stop blood going backwards, to stop blood travelling backwards when under low pressure. So it can't travel backwards in arteries because it's it's such high pressure. Whereas in veins, low pressure means that potentially it could flow backwards, couldn't it? Okay, what else do we know about the different structure of arteries? Well, we could say arteries have, they're more elastic. The walls are more elastic to allow them to return back to the original shape. Could talk about here the structure of the arteries. I know that the reason that arteries are higher pressure is because they carry blood away from the heart. So arteries carry blood away from heart. At high pressure. The veins carry blood back. Okay, so I'm adding that. That's some extra information I know. And the last one I'm going to add is about the fact that arteries have elastic walls and also a thick layer of muscle actually around them. So let's put that one. So arteries have more muscle around them than veins to keep high force on the blood. Okay. So there's quite a few things there. What you can't say, because you're talking about the structure of arteries and veins, so if I looked at a vein would be kind of quite thick like that, quite a thick tube, whereas an artery would look like that, whereas a vein tends to be much thinner walls. like that. They've also got as well valves in them, which only allow the blood to flow one direction. So that's a valve there in a vein. So there's quite a few things you can talk about them. Arteries can swell a little bit to allow that pressure, so they stretch as the blood passes through them, and you can actually sometimes you can see you can feel it sort of on the side of your neck. You can feel it sort of throbbing. Yeah, quite a few things you could write hopefully.